One of Kingsport's most visited spots, which isn't high voltage, but it's celebrating 52 years of family fun and adventure. And of course, we're talking about Bays Mountain Park, not far from where we are tonight.
Yes, it was just 2 years after Apollo's mission to the moon, way back then, when Bays Mountain Park opened and joined the race to space.
Well, News Channel 11's Casey Marler explains how the park's planetarium has been taking people out of this world for the past 5 decades.
Built in 1971, the Bays Mountain Planetarium was almost never a planetarium at all.
If you see our 2 exit doors, the outsides of those doors, they still say auditorium. It's the original brass plaques because it was supposed to be an auditorium. And then before we opened, they said, no, let's put a dome in here and have a planetarium.
And with that simple change, generations of people have had the opportunity to see the stars in a state-of-the-art facility.
This particular theater is special because we are in a small community, but have a world-class facility to help them learn that about the night sky.
The dome seats 98 people. The real secret to its success is the technology, starting with the projector that's been in place since 2009.
An optical star projector like this can provide pinpoint images for each and every star. In fact, an individual fiber optic is used for each individual star on the dome.
Add to that 6 other digital projectors around the theater for an even more realistic look at the night sky.
We can take you to any place, like being on Mars or flying through a galaxy.
All of this run by massive computers in the back and complex programs to the delight of thousands of people every year.
We can have basically about 4 classrooms at a time in our theater. We do serve the general public and also countless students across about 45 counties and 5 states.
With the addition of new programs coming along, the future of Bays Mountain Planetarium continues to shine bright.
There is no other theater like this in the world. This is the only one like this in the world.
Casey Marler, News Channel 11, ABC Tri-Cities.
Bays Mountain Park is your gateway to the stars at the planetarium. It's such a cool place. You can check out the programming schedule and plan your trip now. Go to baysmountain.com.
And coming up tonight at 5:30, we'll show you some of the outdoor activities that Bays Mountain Park offers to its visitors. Kingsport offers the community numerous outdoor recreation opportunities. And if golf is your game, like Kenny Hawkins, you're in luck because a nationally televised competition is coming here to the Model City next month. We'll tell you how you can take part in the world-long drive coming up. But Mark, tell us, how is the weather shaping up for some golf?
And it's going to be hot. It's going to be humid for the next several days. Highs in the lower 90s as we go through time, and get ready. More heat for the weekend into next week as well. We'll take a look at that storm team forecast. We're celebrating 70 years of News Channel 11 right here, high voltage in Kingsport. We'll be back right after this.
Now, Storm Team 11 Chief Meteorologist Mark Reynolds.
Hi, good afternoon. We are here at High Voltage in Kingsport celebrating 70 years of News Channel 11. It's a hot afternoon, but you know, if you've never been here, there's so much to do. They have all the stuff for adults, they have kids, and as well as pets. You can bring your pet here too. All kinds of beverages, from adult beverages to young kids. Anything you want to do here, a family event. Again, High Voltage, where we're at, celebrating our 70 years. We'll show you what's going on weather-wise. It is a warm afternoon now. Our current temperature already in the lower 90s now, which you're looking at Bays Mountain across the region. We do have that haze here. It is hot. It is humid. This weather pattern going to stick with us as we go into the upcoming weekend. We're at 91 degrees. It feels like temperature at 93 now. And southwesterly winds. That's our only saving grace today. That and a few widely scattered thunderstorms across the region. And speaking of that, look at our satellite imagery. You see the clouds right over the Carolina mountains. Also watching clouds blowing up into Kentucky. There are some scattered showers and thunderstorms underneath those clouds, most of which today have been over our mountain locations. Grayson County down towards Boone, south of Greene County there into Asheville. Also Grundy, you're seeing those scattered showers and thunderstorms again. So we'll keep that chance of the thunderstorms at least through sunset tonight. Otherwise, look at the clouds rolling in tomorrow morning from thunderstorms to our northwest. And for your afternoon tomorrow, a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms will be around. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. Our high temperatures once again in the lower 90s. So let's look at our forecast on a Friday. Dry day for the most part. Just that pop-up shower and thunderstorm activity for your Friday afternoon. Scattered thunderstorms coming our way on our Saturday and Sunday as well. Look at these temperatures. 90 in Bristol, 91 in Kingsport, 90 in Rogersville, 89 now in Grundy. The southeast is baking today too. We've seen many areas well into the 90s across the southeast. As you look at these numbers, we're looking at 92 in Huntsville, 95 in Jackson. Check it out. Tallahassee at 95. You factor in the heat and the humidity. The heat indices well over 100 in some spots here across the lower Mississippi Valley as well. All right, check it out. Tomorrow, you're looking at partly cloudy skies for the most part. A few hit or miss thunderstorms, hot and humid. Our high about 92 degrees tomorrow with that 20% chance of rain. And our forecast tonight, we dip down into the mid-60s, 65 to 68 degrees. That heat dome, by the way, you're looking at that. It's going to continue for the next several days. Tomorrow, 20% rain chance. Our high temperature back to 92 degrees, hot and humid. Here's your 7-day forecast. We're staying in the low 90s. Heat indices anywhere from the mid to upper 90s, close to 100. And our only saving grace will be this weekend. Scattered thunderstorms, more likely Saturday and Sunday. Staying hot and humid again next week. Look at the high Tuesday, 92. With our afternoon readings, the heat indexes close to 100 to 105. So staying hot, guys. Back to you, Sarah and Ansley.
Mark, thank you so much. In addition to our anniversary celebration here at High Voltage in Kingsport, some pretty big things are happening in the Model City, and a lot of it happened this morning.
Absolutely. And on behalf of the city of Kingsport, Mayor Pat Schull presented News Channel 11 a proclamation observing the station's 70 years of service to the region. This is a big honor for everyone here at WJHL.
It really is, and we thank him so much for being here early this morning. Now, the Kingsport Farmers Market hosted us as our morning team kicked off the celebration. It included a specialty drink created by Early Birds Coffee Company. The Hawkins High Octane is named, of course, for our own Kenny Hawkins. 50% of the sales from that drink will benefit Isaiah 117 House in Sullivan County.
And Sarah, did you know that many people claim Kingsport is the home to the original Long Island iced tea?
I've heard.
Well, Kelly Grossfield got a lesson in mixology as she learned what sets this drink apart from all the imposters.
That is going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear about that. And Bellafina Chocolates created custom treats for News Channel 11. I was hoping they would save us some, but I saw on social media that they were gone.
Oh, no.
And that's okay.
That's okay for them, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time we'll get some, yeah. The Kingsport-based company is incredible. It donates 100% of its profits to women's and children's causes.
And Casey Marler regained his youth as he took a twirl on the Kingsport Carousel. The carousel actually just celebrated a birthday, too. It celebrated its 8th birthday, and since the volunteer-led project opened, it has hosted more than 385,000 riders.
That is amazing. Okay, so we have plenty of excitement happening now here tonight as well.
And as always, our very own Kenny Hawkins is the source of all of that fun, all of the excitement. I know that he always keeps me on my toes, but he actually journeyed inside high voltage. That's where the air condition is, so I know that's where he's going to be.
He's going to melt.
Yeah, and so he had to see what he could find.
And it looks like he may have, goodness gracious, picked up a new hobby, Kenny.
Hey ladies, I think I like this as much as my golf clubs. I'm at the King Sports Axe House. Coming up next, you can decide if my axe throwing skills are on point, or at least better than that first pitch last night at the baseball game. And a nationally televised event is coming to Cattails Golf Course. We'll talk about the World Long Drive, returning to Kingsport as we celebrate 70 years of News Channel 11. Stay with us. Throwing. Then we'll go back here. You're going to be in the middle. You over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab your yes. And I'm going to talk to Paul for a second. All right. Okay. Thank you. And then it is Paul, right? It is Paul. Yes. Oh, don't tell me.
Supino.
Yeah, I knew it had to do something with subpoena. Couldn't remember what, but I knew it had the O on the end.
Supino.
Test, 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 test. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. 3, 3, 2. We're celebrating 70 years of News Channel 11 live in Kingsport, and I've made my way inside to the Kingsport Axe House, and visiting with me is Kingsport President Frank Lett, and he's also, we have the main axe man over here, Paul Supino. Yes. Wow, I can't believe I got that. Now, we're going to talk about the long drive here in a minute, but one of the reasons why we're here are to throw some axes, so let's do that, okay? You guys switch, come over here. Show us how you do it, Paul.
Oh, you want me to throw first?
Yeah, I want you to throw. Show us how to do it. Let's go. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Frank. Oh, really? Really?
You ready?
Yeah, hold this for a minute.
Right.
Really, Frank? You
right.
been hitting one all day.
Show him, Kenny. Show him how it's done.
Let me see.
Oh, come on.
Hold up.
Hang on a minute.
His axe there in front of me, so it's throwing me off.
Come on. Get your grip.
Right,
Get your grip.
I didn't have my grip right.
There you go.
Oh, that's how you do it right there. Please, really, sit down. Please, y'all sit down. Stop it. Stop it. All right, you keep You keep doing that, Paul, and we're going to talk about the long drive. Hasn't been here, since 2019?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Talk about its return and how happy you guys that it's going to be back in Kingsport.
Yeah, we did it in 18 and 19. We're back here after the pandemic. They shut it down and brought it back for 2023. First televised tour stop for the association, so that's kind of exciting for Kingsport. Be right there on the first hole at Meadowview. Same setup as last time. Same athletes plus a few people that hit it a little further than me and you.
They hit it a lot further than me, I can guarantee you that. And since you brought that up, talk about how far are these guys going to be hitting a golf ball?
400 plus, 400 yards plus, ladies as well. They're just pounding it. We say large humans hitting it a long ways.
Wow. Usually when I hit it that long, I'm putting 400 yards away, okay? I can put it that way. Any big names that you can talk about that will be here? I know that you had the last champion, I think, that was here, and he was actually injured. Didn't get a chance to really take part in the pre-presser, but any of the big names that will be here for the event?
Yeah, world number one, Kyle Berkshire will be here, Martin Borgmeyer, Phyllis Meddy on the women's side. All the top names will be here. They want to be on that TV shot, so they got to be there showing their stuff, but they'll all be here. All the top names will be in the professional division.
Now, Cattails, once again, is the spot. I guess you got to stop traffic on the left side, right? Just in case one gets out of hand.
Yeah, if you look closely, there's one particular cruiser from 2019 that's still got a dent in the back corner.
Wow.
So the miss is left and right, obviously, and they're just trying to find that one in the fairway to score.
Why do they like this area so much? It's hard to get a long drive competition to be in your area.
Yeah, I think welcoming crowd the first year. We had over 2,000 people there for the live show. Same thing happened again in 2019, a bigger and better crowd. And they polled all the hitters when they bought this. When the company that bought it asked them, they said, where was the number one spot? Every one of them, Kingsport, Tennessee. So the energy, the vibe, they said there's nothing like it at any other competition they go to, and they just had to get back here.
All right, Kingsport President Frank Lett. Tickets are on sale now to the World Long Drive. Return to Kingsport so you can get yours to go to theworldlongdrive.com to get your tickets. The event takes place on August 26th through the 28th at Cattails Meadowview Golf Course. Frank, thanks for joining us. Go ahead, throw one more. Let me see if that was luck, if it was for real. Let's see. Let's just see. You just made it look so easy.
You still have plenty of time to come help us celebrate News Channel 11's 70th anniversary.
We are having a lot of fun. We'll be at the family-friendly High Voltage in Kingsport until 6:30. You can grab dinner at Smash Tri-Cities Food Truck and enjoy a special drink made especially for News Channel 11 by Gypsy Circus Cider to observe our big milestone. All you have to do is ask for Celebrating 70 WJHL Platinum Edition.
Plus, if I say so myself, you get to come hang out with some pretty cool people here. Our 70th anniversary celebration here in Kingsport. It continues after the break. News Channel 11 at 5:30 is heading your way next.
Is that you? Oh. Here's a mic check. Can you hear me? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you hear me? It's a mic check. Can you hear me now? Are you hearing anything? Oh, with what? What's he saying? Oh, just talk for me just 2 seconds. Just say hello.
Hello.
Can you just keep talking?
Hello. He did okay.
Is he getting a mic check? Good afternoon once again. We are celebrating 70 years of News Channel 11. We are at High Voltage here in Kingsport. Always a great time. If you've never been, it's a lot of fun. You know, before we do the first look real quick, I want to talk to Amy and Bill here because they actually got to watch Kenny with the axes. And any advice for Kenny with the axe throwing?
Nothing that a little practice might help.
A little or a lot?
A lot of practice might help. The form was okay, but yeah, he needs some practice.
Now listen, all Bill's going to do is give us a 1 to 10, 10 being great. So how did Kenny do?
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. See? There you go. Kenny needs a lot more practice.
There's hope.
There's always hope.
There's always hope.
All right, we're going to talk about the first look forecast because it's hot outside. Temperatures already in the lower 90s. It's been a hot afternoon. And as you take a look at our graphics tonight, we're going to stay hot. Next several days, we're talking highs in the low 90s, heat indices between 100 and 105 degrees over the next couple of days. You see that right there. Look at this. Not much change at all, even through next Tuesday and Wednesday. Despite the fact that we're in the upper 80s, we'll see heat indices, lower 90s. The only saving grace, a few hit-or-miss thunderstorms. Over the weekend, we'll have much more on that storm team forecast live from Kingsport. News Channel 11 at 5:30 starts right now.
You're watching News Channel 11 at 5:30, the team you can trust for 70 years.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ansley Daniel.
I'm Sarah Diamond. You have tuned into a special News Channel 11 at 5:30. This wonderful edition celebrating 70 years of News Channel 11 being on the air. We are live in Kingsport at High Voltage. Some of our Model City friends are showing up to say hello and congratulations and have great food and have wonderful drinks as well. And they're helping us observe this milestone.
Yes, but before we resume all of our festivities here at High Voltage and the Kingsport Axe House, Terry Craig is in our Johnson City studio to get us up to speed on what's been happening across the region today.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Ansley. If you're looking to find your dream home, you may be out of luck. New data from the Virginia Realtors Association shows Virginia's housing market is, quote, very slow. Capitol Bureau reporter Tyler Englander has more.
The report says every metric shows Virginia's housing market is sluggish, with active listings, new listings, and homes sold all down compared to their June levels last year. Tonight, a sluggish housing market in Virginia. The latest data from the Virginia Realtors Association shows active listings, new listings, and home sales all down in June compared to the same time last year. Ryan Price is Virginia Realtors chief economist.
I'd say the biggest reason is the fact that there's just not a lot of inventory out there on the market. So there would be more sales if there were more homes available for sale.
Price says one factor affecting the housing market is would-be sellers staying in their homes due to low mortgage rates obtained during the COVID-19 pandemic.
There's really little incentive for sort of the more casual seller to lose that interest rate, that very low interest rate, and then acquire a new property at a much higher interest rate.
Despite the slowdown in sales, prices aren't plummeting, something Price says is unusual when the market cools.
There's really a pent-up demand, and there's not enough homes to meet that demand. Even though there's fewer transactions happening, the transactions that do happen tend to be pretty competitive because of that low inventory.
Price says it could be years for the market to improve in terms of total home sales.
The inventory situation is not likely to improve anytime soon.
The report says the largest declines in new listings occurred in Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg, and the Richmond metro area. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Englander.
Look at some of today's top stories. Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Sexton says he's eyeing new legislation a year after the Truth in Sentencing law took effect. The Truth in Sentencing law requires mostly prisoners convicted of violent crimes to serve at least 85% of their sentences. On one hand, lawmakers say that some violent crime rates have increased in that year, while other state leaders push back, saying it's too early to judge the law's effectiveness. Some survivors of last year's flooding in eastern Kentucky are putting the final touches on their new homes. They're among the people getting help through the nonprofit called the Christian Appalachian Project. At least 39 people were killed last year, and the National Weather Service says some areas got as much as 4 inches of rain per hour. And the Washington County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office has arrested a man who allegedly had thousands of images and videos of child sexual abuse material. Authorities say 56-year-old William Keith Hensley has been charged with sexual exploitation of a minor. Hensley was taken to the Washington County Detention Center and given a $50,000 bond. The Elizabethton Police Department wants to track down 3 suspects who allegedly vandalized Elizabethton High School. Police say the incident occurred last Friday, and they released photos showing the suspects covering their faces. One of them was also wearing a football helmet. Authorities ask anyone with information to contact police. A new lawsuit has been filed by some teachers in Tennessee over the Prohibited Concepts Law. It prohibits concepts like one race or sex is inherently superior to another, or that the United States is fundamentally racist or sexist. 5 public school teachers joined the Tennessee Education Association in filing the lawsuit against the Commissioner of Education and the State Board of Education. The lawsuit claims it puts teachers in an impossible position. Sarah Diamond and Ansley Daniel are in Kingsport tonight, where the city is helping us celebrate 70 years of News Channel 11. Looks like y'all are having a great time out there.
We are having a blast out here, Terry. It's hot, but you know what? We're not letting that bother us at all. We're going to be here till 6:30. We invite everyone to come join us.
Yes, we're right here at High Voltage on Cherokee Street in downtown Kingsport. But Sarah, did you know that Kingsport's nickname obviously is the Model City, but do you know why?
I think I do, but I have a feeling we're going to explain it to you right now.
Absolutely.
It is because of the city's design. It's actually known to many as America's first model city. It was rechartered back in 1917. Kingsport actually became an early example of what's called a garden city, designed by nationally known city planner John Nolan.
The Garden City plan organized the town into areas for commerce, you know, Commerce Street here in Kingsport, and for churches, you're looking at a scene from Kingsport Kingsport's Church Circle.
I'm picking up on it now, right? The city also had designated areas for housing and industry, and that distinctive plan is how Kingsport got the name the Model City.
Now, Kingsport's history is not the only thing we have on our menu for tonight's celebration.
That is true. We are also serving up a lot of fun activities during tonight's celebration. Coming up, we're going to take you to Bays Mountain Park and show you some of the ways that you can enjoy the great outdoors.
And if you're hungry for more, come join our 70th anniversary celebration here at High Voltage, where Smash Tri-Cities has your dinner waiting for you. You're watching News Channel 11 at 5:30.
An idea sketched on a napkin became the blueprint for what are arguably the most recognizable buildings across our area. Kingsport is home to the first PALS sudden service, which launched a local fast food phenomenon. Devotees share what makes PALS so special tonight at 6 o'clock. Well, Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium is just miles from the heart of downtown Kingsport, but it's really a world away when it comes to getting away to the outdoors for some adventure.
Well, News Channel 11's Casey Marler took some time to take a look at some of the ways that you can enjoy nature there at Bays Mountain.
One of the best ways to enjoy the outdoor beauty of our region at Bays Mountain is by foot.
We have over 40 miles of hiking and biking trail. In my opinion, some of the best trails in all of East Tennessee can be found right here.
And the best part about hiking at Bays Mountain, there truly is a little something for everyone.
We have easy all the way up to strenuous, and we have trails in all different types of habitats around here. So you can hike along a nice calm stream, you can hike to a nice overlook, you can climb a mountain and then climb a fire tower on top of the mountain.
Maybe adventure on two wheels is more your speed. Bays Mountain has mountain biking as well.
We actually just opened a new mountain biking trail in honor of the 50th anniversary. It's called Moonshiner's Delight. It's about a 4-mile trail.
Bays Mountain Park also offers this barge ride and other ways to enjoy Old Kingsport Reservoir.
We have canoeing and kayaking on the lake. That also comes with a ranger guide to take you around the lake. You bring your own canoe and kayak up here and you get to go out on our lake, which does not have any other boats on it, so it's a really peaceful experience and a unique opportunity that most people don't get to experience.
Whether it's by land or water, Bays Mountain Park and Planetarium is a great way to enjoy the beauty of our region.
What we care about is people building an appreciation for the natural world around them.
Casey Marler, News Channel 11, ABC Tri-Cities.